Good evening. Welcome to Dispatch, the weekly show designed to keep you on track as you build and operate your layout. I'm Roy Smith, your dispatcher. I want to welcome you who are here in the studio audience tonight. It's great to see so many of you here. And I also want to welcome all of you out there somewhere on YouTube. Thank you for letting me share the hobby of model railroading with you. Well, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight, so don't go away. We'll be right back. On this channel, we share the world's greatest hobby with you in Dispatch every Tuesday night and layout updates every Saturday morning right here. Don't miss out. Be sure to subscribe. Okay, coming up on tonight's show, your layout photos, a question for the coming week, and a quick review of my recent layout updates. Before doing any of that, though, a couple of important announcements. First, as you may know, I returned from a 2-week trip to Florida a little over a week ago. And when I got back to Panama, the trip was followed by a lot of shopping and planning for Thanksgiving. And then Thanksgiving itself, when family and friends came over, as they do every year, for what is a big annual event here at my house. As a result of the trip and Thanksgiving, I have fallen behind both in working on the layout and in making videos. I hope you will bear with me as I readjust to life back here in Panama and all of the real world stuff that I have to do after each of my trips to the States. I always try to upload an episode of Dispatch on Tuesday nights and a layout update on Saturday mornings, but sometimes it's difficult to maintain that schedule. The second announcement has to do with COPPA, or the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which started to become a big issue while I was traveling. I'm sure you've heard all about COPPA by now and how it could affect your YouTube channel. And I imagine you're sick and tired of hearing about it, so I'm not going to say anything more about it, except to tell you what I'm not going to do and what I have been doing in response to it since returning from my trip. I'm not going to stop making videos. I'm not going to privatize my videos, and I most certainly am not going to take down my channel. But what I have done is to mark my channel and each of the 200 videos on it as not intended for children, because I believe model railroading is an adult hobby, and my videos are intended for adults. And a third announcement. I have downloaded and stored a copy of each and every one of my videos on this external storage device. So if YouTube collapses under its own weight, or if YouTube decides to take down my channel for any reason, I will not have lost years' worth of videos. My videos are all safely stored right here. I mention this because you may want to start keeping backup copies of your videos too. This is something I should have been doing all along, but YouTube has recently threatened to take down channels that are not commercially profitable, and that threat has impelled me to make backup copies of all of my videos. If YouTube does take down my channel, for any reason, I will have my own copy of all of my videos because I don't want to lose them. It took me a lot of time to make those backup copies this week, and from now on I will be saving a copy of each and every video as I make it right here. Now, first up on tonight's show, your layout photos. Once again, many of you have posted photos of your layouts in a Facebook group called the N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision Group. As always, I've brought your photos over here to Dispatch to share with everyone during the show. And here they are. Okay, when dispatch ends tonight, be sure to go over to the Facebook group, join the group, and post a photo of your layout there. Why would you want to do that? Because we model railroaders love to share the hobby, that's why. It doesn't matter what scale you model in, and you can even post photos of your club's layout. I will put a link down below in the description to this video that will take you to the Facebook group where you can post your photos. When you see this photo of Echo Canyon on my layout, you will know you're at the right place. Now, next up on tonight's show, the question for the coming week. While I was traveling, I could not produce any new episodes of this show, so I wasn't able to pose any new questions for the week during that time. But now that I'm back, I'm going to pose a question for the coming week. And here's the question I would like to pose for the coming week. Is your track plan a continuous loop, or a point-to-point plan, or some combination of the two? Here are very simplified schematics of the types of track plans, including continuous track plans that allow you to watch your trains running continuously, point-to-point plans that allow you to recreate the behavior of real trains which always go someplace and then come back, and combination plans which allow you to do both. My layout is an example of a combination plan number 1, the third one on the chart. I'd like you to respond to the question for this coming week in the comments section down below. Then I will add up your responses and present the results in next week's show. And I will explain why my layout is an example of a combination plan and how it allows me to run trains either continuously or to a destination and back. Again, here's the question for the coming week. Is your track plan a continuous loop, or a point-to-point plan, or some combination of the two? I always look forward to reading your replies in the comments section down below. Also, feel free to propose questions for the coming weeks down below yourself. Remember, the best questions are those which are simple, multiple choice type questions rather than complex questions that require a lot of thought and which can lead to an infinite number of possible responses. And now a quick reminder of my recent layout updates. If you've been watching my recent layout updates on Saturday mornings, then you know that I've started the renovation of the Evanston area of my layout. In Evanston Renovation 1, I gave you an overview of my plans for the renovation of the Evanston area. In Evanston Renovation 2, I completely reconfigured the track arrangement for the Evanston yard. And in Evanston Renovation 3, I built scenery designed to hide the hole in the backdrop through which trains pass on the Pocatello Subdivision that joins the Evanston Subdivision at Granger, Wyoming. I'm going to put a link to the Evanston playlist down below in case you haven't seen these 3 videos. The Evanston playlist contains the 3 videos along with 2 earlier videos about the Evanston area of my layout. With any luck and time permitting, I will continue with the renovation of the Evanston area of my layout this week, and hopefully I will be able to show you what I'm doing in this coming Saturday's layout update. Now, I'm sorry to say that there won't be a big shout out on tonight's show, but there certainly should be on next week's show. Be sure to come back then to see who the next shout out goes to. As always, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes. All right, a great big thank you to all of you here in the studio audience. I hope you will join me after the show for donuts and coffee in the social area downstairs. And a great big thank you to all of you out there watching on YouTube. Sharing the hobby with you really is the best part of model railroading. Until next time then, happy railroading. I'm Roy Smith, and I will see you again very soon.